watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
So glad to have you, glad to see you here. Certainly we're excited about the first day of school, Monday, for you, welcoming you back, your families back, August the 5th. Everything that we've been doing has certainly led us to how we now feel is more prepared than we felt, several months ago, but certainly a few things to add, a few final touches to. We certainly still have a few vacancies that remain. We started out with 554 in June, I reported, in terms of instructional positions that are in the classroom. We are now at 254, which is a significant decrease. That is a testament to the hard work of a talent management team and a general central office and school-based team who has been committed to 10 hiring blitzes, very focused areas for our nutrition and talent and facility services. And then certainly we've traveled to Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, and certainly here locally. So proud of the team, proud of the work that we've been able to do so far, but certainly any vacancy is too many vacancies, and so we're still doing work there. As we think about preparation, today is Gear Up Day. Hopefully you and your folks have had a chance to get to your schools, happening from 8 to 2 and then again from 4:30 to 6:30. And so certainly stop by your schools. You can register. Of course, registration means you are confirming and updating information. We've already re-enrolled everyone who was a student at the end of last year to make that easy. But go and confirm and update your information. Make sure that we can get in contact with you. You can check out the school supply list. Ensure that you're updated on any uniform changes that may be in place. Generally meet your principal. There are several new principals across the district. Go say hello to some of your favorite teachers and then some of your new favorites as we welcome some individuals from out of the state to Memphis Shelby County Schools to do some great work this season. On Thursday, looking forward to celebrating a new year with all of our employees at Legacy Night. Can't invite you, it's just for the employees. We're gonna have some good adult fun at AutoZone Park. It's just a way to say thank you. We're excited about what will be an outstanding year, a year with some bumps, and of course that's what life offers to us, but we're excited, and so we'll do that from 5 to 7. Looking forward to having a locally known and well-known, probably beyond the space for sure, Pound Cake. Look forward to meeting him, comedian Pound Cake. Look forward to welcoming into the city and the state Eddie B. Is a teacher and a comedian, so looking forward to having him. Several bands, 9 bands from across the district who will just collectively provide some tunes for us. So cheerleaders, all sorts of folks will be there, food, and then certainly leave you tired enough to go home, be exhausted, and be ready for Monday. So looking forward to celebrating all of our employees on Thursday at AutoZone Park, and then Saturday, I hear that I'm supposed to go and run and walk or something right here at the district at Hollywood. It is a walk run, the annual walk run here. So join us at 8 a.m. I will probably do more crawling, but I'll certainly be present to take part in an opportunity to move Memphis. Moving Memphis means education for sure, but it is also health-wise. Get up, be active. However you get here, come and join us at 8 a.m. on Saturday, and then join us over at the Memphis Sports Complex as superstar Desmond Bain joins us for Back to School Supply Drive. Looking forward to meeting him as well and sharing all of the goodies with our students and families in the community. So a lot coming up, a lot ahead. We've been doing a lot of great work. Certainly excited about all that is to come, the challenges and all. And so I'll open it up for you now for some questions in the order that you'd like to go in.
Hi, I'm Chloe Brady from Germantown High School, and what is your goal for your first year overseeing MSCS?
Hi, Chloe from Germantown High School. What is my goal in the first year overseeing Memphis Shelby County Schools? I think I've said it a lot, right, since coming into the district. It is how do we prepare our students by providing you all with such a high-level educational experience and journey that allows you the opportunity to experience wild success as you go on and serve the community, the city, the state, and certainly the greater world around us as proud and informed and certainly equipped Memphis Shelby County Schools alumni. And so that is the goal. And then certainly there are many strategies to get there, ensuring that we emphasize the significance of attendance. And so we have a Come to Win, Count on Me Every Day attendance initiative. Certainly we're ensuring that you have a qualified staff member before you in every class. We're thinking about talking with you about how we expand course options and opportunities and pathways across the district so that you don't have to travel across the district to experience a quality program. So ensuring that you can win and win big is the ultimate goal, and then there are certainly several ways to get there.
Dr. Feagins, as we approach the first day of school, a lot of MSCS students and new students and former students are coming back with first day jitters. What are the plans for the first day of school?
You know, first day jitters, even though I've opened schools now, nearly 20 years, you still get the first day jitters. And so I'm with you, whoever you are, but what we do is show up, right? First day, you go in and you're meeting, principal, your staff, the teachers that are there. You're meeting some new friends, seeing some old friends and familiar faces, and really acclimating yourself to your environment. It's the same thing that I had to do as I transitioned here, and certainly on the first day of school and really the first few weeks of school. You're just figuring things out, right? Figuring out what you want to join in terms of activities and programs, figuring out if you're going to eat the school food, but we have a plan for you. We are strengthening it and enhancing it. You're just really discovering a lot of new things, and then realizing and reflecting, especially some of you who have been here for a little while, reflecting on some things you did last year that you don't want to repeat, right? So establishing some new study habits, really getting some time management under your belt, but the jitters will go away after a first few weeks and you get yourself settled. And so welcome home and welcome back home to those who are returning to Memphis Shelby County Schools.
Thank you, Dr. Feagins.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Oliver Franklin from the White Station High School Communications team. So you moved here from a job in Detroit, Michigan. How has attending community events and meeting staples within the community, such as Tigers coach Penny Hardaway, like news anchors and more, helped you establish yourself within Memphis?
Yeah, great question. So since transitioning here from Detroit, you're asking me how has it been to meet some key leaders in the community, right? It's been great. I think that success comes in numbers, and it's certainly established and rooted in and centered in collaboration, and collaboration is broad, right? The best of us in terms of ideas and innovation comes from sitting in rooms and tables, but certainly getting out across the city and meeting those who have already done it, who are doing it now and doing it well, and certainly who want to go and grow the distance together. And so Coach Hardaway has been incredibly supportive, toured a school with me, and opened up his barbershop for us, he and his partner. Certainly both mayors, Harris and Young, have been incredibly supportive since day one. You mentioned a few others. News anchors have been incredibly supportive in terms of establishing relationships. That was a commitment on the beginning, on the front end, and maintaining it throughout, is to have a relationship with the media. And so as you do that, you get to, really anchor yourself in a new space while allowing others to know you and your leadership while getting to know them as well. So great question.
Hello, Dr. Feagins. My name is Kayla Sissenbat, also from White Station. Being superintendent means being in front of the cameras and the spotlight all the time. As someone who aspires to be a sports journalist, what advice could you give to me for someone who wants to improve their presence in front of a camera?
Yeah, great question. Okay, sportscaster, that's what's going on. I love it. And if that is your desire, it is already you. I think in terms of how you sharpen it, I think someone asked me that. Commercial Appeal asked me that, what did I do? When I was younger, the first person that I saw on television was Oprah. And so while I didn't want to be Oprah, I did believe that she had a great command of the English language, certainly knew how to own a room, and I just knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to, when I speak, I want people to listen, and more importantly, when I speak, I want to do so in such a way that we can move a conversation forward, that we can elevate the conversation, right? Not just to be talking. And so even in the world of sports, I would practice in front of a mirror so that I could see what I look like right now, see my demeanor, talk a lot with my hands, as you can see. I just wanted to see what I looked like as I was speaking. I did that every day. Certainly I was a cheerleader, and so that served to help as well. But I got involved in school, and so your resumes probably look like mine. We just do a lot of things, try to do them well. That also sharpens. So the more I did presentations, which is why it's so important in your classes, when you do presentations, you sharpen yourself each time. I'm also incredibly reflective, and so, just checking and balancing myself. I'll go back and watch this at some point to see, did I need to keep my hands down? Did I hold the podium? And I'll just monitor certain things and just make critiques. And then certainly leaning on people who will offer constructive criticism to you from a space of goodness and good energy to see you elevate. But I see you already. Whatever field you want to be on, whatever arena you'd like to be in, wherever you'd like to go, you are already there. Proud of you in advance.
Hello, Dr. Feagins.
Hello there, Miss London.
London Haynes, representing White Station High School. The first time I met you was during the VIP community tourist.
Yeah.
And since then, over 100 days ago, excuse me, if you had to describe your experience with Memphis Shelby County schools in 4 words, how would you describe it?
Ooh, Miss London. And it does feel like 100 years, right? It feels like it's been a long time. So 100 days ago, describing my experience in the past 100 days, I would say it has been a privilege. It has been phenomenal. It has been elevating. And it has been impactful. Yeah.
And why?
So it has been impactful because that is my deepest desire, right? And so everybody sets goals. Most people do. My goal is to ensure that others achieve theirs. That has always been written for me. I carry it with me in any bag. That is my goal. And so I seek to serve in such a way that I'm impactful. And then that's when I will leave whatever it is. I want to leave this earth on E, having exhausted everything that was given to me. And so to be impactful is what I wake up to be, right? So certainly it's been impactful as I see you all, as I hear your feedback, certainly listening to the community, internal and external, and watching and seeing how people are responding to the shifts, to the energy. That's impactful, right? And that's the type of work that you want to do, but it's the type of impact and it's the type of legacy, if you will, that when you leave, that's what you want people to say. She did work that was meaningful. She cared, right? I think in terms of elevating, you heard me share that I only speak if I can elevate the room, elevate the conversation, right? Elevation, go to the next level. For me, it's about another dimension, which is different than level, right? Like, how do we get to another dimension of excellence? With an understanding that good is good, great is great, better is also great, best is good, but how do you get to another dimension of all of those areas? And so elevation is always important as well. When I think about privilege, it's an honor to be here. This is not to be taken lightly. I don't waste any milliseconds, taking it for granted, thinking that I have another day, certainly another year. And so it is a privilege to serve. It is a privilege to be a servant. It is a privilege to be of service alongside a district that cares, a community that cares, a city that wants another dimension of excellence as well. And then what was my fourth thing? Elevation, impactful, and privilege. What was the other?
Was it excellence?
Y'all weren't listening. What was that fourth thing? What was it?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Good job. So phenomenal. When we think about, what phenomenal means, right? I mentioned another dimension. And so the aspiration for me has always been, I created words, phenomenality. What does that look like, feel like, sound like? So for me, it has been phenomenal when I thought about and pictured what this could be, this in terms of this experience. It has certainly added up, but exceeded, my wildest imagination. And so if this is just the first 100, I know that what is next will certainly stand to compete in a good way.
Thank you. That's phenomenal. Thank you, Dr. Feagins.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We've heard about the extracurricular buses offered this year. Will they be offered at every school, and when will they start?
Yeah, so the activity buses is what you're asking about. Late bus, certainly we're starting with middle and high schools. Certainly we know we have a lot of K-8s, and so whoever is there will also benefit, but we're starting and focusing on middle and high schools. That's when we'd like to see the activity and the involvement increase. And certainly we know at high schools you're already doing a whole lot, but sometimes transportation is a barrier. Even if you can get there, you want to get back, right? And so providing that bus, allowing you the opportunity 2 to 3 hours after school to have a safe way and a trustworthy and a stable way home is what we're looking for. So we'll start with middle and high schools, and then as we expand the activities, the opportunities for our elementary students to be involved, then we'll start to focus there as well.
Well, Dr. Feagins, as we know, prior to you joining MSCS, there was already in the constructions of 2 new schools.
Yeah.
Can we get an update on the construction of the new GHS campus? And because we've heard that the price tag has doubled since we've last talked about it.
You've been doing your research, huh? So in terms of the 2 new builds, I think that certainly we're talking about the New East region, Cordova area, Germantown schools, the impact, if you will, and then certainly the Fraser community area. Both are in the design phase, meaning the design of the space is where we are, so we've certainly taken care of that. In terms of cost, it certainly has increased. We know that in general, inflation is a part of that overall when we think about the cost of labor, the cost of the products and the equipment and everything that goes into it, then yes, there has been an increase. What we are still looking at, certainly before we get to that finalization of it, is ensuring, one, that we certainly have the room and we're providing certainly what is already in the schools, but we're able to experience growth as well. And so that's our next step, having some conversations about price and just being very transparent about the gap and the shortfalls that exist in terms of what the district can cover and in comparison to what the cost of both new builds are, especially as we think about doing them simultaneously. Both of those new buildings also are in the context of a larger master facilities plan, right? When we think about nearly 200 facilities that the district has oversight, some of those vacant, certainly there's administration buildings, most of those being schools. We have some real decisions to make, but there are additional schools that need a new space as well. And so when we think about cost and the types of infrastructure that we like to provide for every student in terms of access to 21st century environments and the experiences that can exist in terms of spaces. You have friends that are elsewhere, and you know what a great school can look like structurally. And so we have some real decisions to make, not just in terms of cost, but ensuring that we can provide it across the district for all students who choose Memphis Shelby County schools, and certainly those who are here right now.
Thank you, Dr. Feagins. Thank you.
For around 2 years, Memphis Shelby County Schools has lacked a permanent suitor for the superintendent role. What encouraged you to step into a role like this that has lacked stability over the past couple of years?
Well done. I've always found the wind and pushed against it, right? Hear the noise and walk right into it and through it. In terms of the space of stability or instability, as you've termed it here, it is, can I go and be the person to provide the stability, right? My dad has always shared with me, work to be a solution. And if you always show up as a solution, as an answer, then you'll always have a job, right? And so I've worked consistently all of my life to be solutions oriented, to be someone who can certainly be a giver and a bringer of good energy, but also someone who could be a problem solver, a solutions oriented game changer, who could serve so that people like you won't have to ask that question for the next few years, right? So when I thought about Memphis Shelby County Schools, first it was, oh yeah, that's not the place for me, right? Like, haven't been a superintendent before. It's all the things that people have said. They relate. I'd already said that to myself, right? And then when it circled back to me, it was like, okay, well, at least give yourself a shot. And so I started to do some deep research to ensure that A, I had the capacity, B, I had the knowledge in terms of the experience that comes along and what is necessary to push a district upward, onward, and forward. And then C, could this be a place that I could call home as I'm not looking to move? This is where I'd like to retire and call it a day, right? And so I could check all of those off in a great way. I applied. Certainly didn't make the top 5 or the finalists the first time. And I said delayed, not denied. And so when it reopened, I said they will have to tell me no. So I applied again, and then certainly you've seen the rest. And here we are. I think that believing in yourself, betting on yourself, whatever it is that you desire to do, you go for it and go for broke. And so here, the stability that you're seeking, I think you deserve and desire, I seek to offer that. The elevation in terms of programs, experience, safety, collaboration, strengthened communication, I seek to offer that. I also seek to be a listening ear, a mentor, all the things that I've done in my experience. I thought that this was the perfect place to put it all together and go be great collectively.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Feagins, some people know you as just a superintendent of MSCS from the business standpoint. How would you describe yourself outside of work?
Outside of work, oh, I am a thrill seeker, right? I like skydiving and jet skiing, all the things that you have to call your folks and let them know that you're still alive on the other side of it, right? I also like shopping. I enjoy a good shoe. I enjoy traveling. I love getting on the plane and going to see the world that exists beyond us, and sitting with folks who don't look, think, and speak like me. I enjoy just learning about different people, cultures, and how we can work together to push the edges of the world, right? How can we work together to be innovative and create the type of world that we know could exist if we all got on one accord, right? I think on the other side, I'm pretty much the same person, really. I'm just really more structured professionally, and so personally, I take the opportunity to just be a little more loose. I like to hang with friends, do all the things that you all like to do, a good book, and then sometimes, although I struggle with it, I do more of it now, and that's just doing nothing. And just to sit still, put your feet in the grass or on the sand, and just really be in touch with nature are some things. I enjoy art, so a good museum is good, but I also just enjoy volunteering, and so you've seen me do the Habitat for Humanity. Those are things that I've always done. I believe in giving, being a good giver, and certainly where I can do more of it, I try to do that on my side time, whatever that is, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You mentioned two things, fighting against the wind and a book. It reminded me that you are an author of Power of the Pom-Pom.
Yeah.
So with that, talking about what if you are the person to make change, what if you are the person to win against your opponents.
Yeah.
Why did you write that book, and what was it that did it for you to give you that urge?
Yeah. Ooh. So Power of the Pom-Pom certainly is an acronym: purpose, opposition, motivation, and it goes on and on and on. I wrote it as a cheerleading coach and as a teacher. And so as a coach, I thought that it was best if I used, in a great way, my cheerleaders as the conduit, if you will, to increase the energy, the spirit of a space, to improve culture and mindset, to get individuals to come to study dates, also known as study hall, but that's not as fun, right? Also to increase attendance at games. So whatever we could do, I felt and ultimately found that my leaders, my girls, were the leaders, not just of spirit, but leaders of a space, and we could go on to push a school forward and certainly a community, and that's exactly what they did. And so in writing that, it was about the opposition, because everybody was not rooting for us, right? But there is power in a pom-pom. If you think about a game, when you see pom-poms, you get excited. You take and shake your pom-pom. It is because you are in an atmosphere generally that is exciting, that is enjoyable. Sports is one of those things that puts us all together. Like, we come together and we are rooting for our favorite teams. We're having a good, friendly, competitive, back and forth in terms of banter. It is that one area that we can all get there and nothing else matters, right? Politics, all things aside, we go and have a good time. And so I figured that if we could realize the power that is literally in the palm of our hands, but also in the power of our purpose, and you can find it in the lessons learned in opposition, you can certainly figure it out in motivating others. And then certainly as we think about what it means to be a leader, and all of the facets of the same, I felt it was no better way to get that message across, certainly than writing a book. You'll definitely read mine in terms of my students, but certainly when we have stories, everybody has a story, we tell it. I think the major thing about it was just to get off the sideline, right? Like, we have a lot of people who like to stand on the sideline and clap or say you should do that. We have a lot of coaches on the sideline, right? But folks who are actually in the arena, on the field, sweating and putting in the work and participating, like, those are the folks we need more of. And so that was the inspiration for writing it. As I witnessed what we were able to do in a space in Birmingham, Alabama. Hello to Center Point High School, Irwin High School. That is where I got my start. That is where the first group of students believed in me, trusted in me, went the distance with me, and did exactly the things that you were doing today. And so I do believe firmly and incredibly deeply in who our youngest leaders are, the power that you have where you are right now, which is also a part of the book. Like, don't wait until you get older. Don't wait until you get into the real world. Like, start right where you are. Do exactly what you can do with what you have right now. And then watch not only your life improve, but watch the lives of others improve. There's a greater world around you that is literally depending on you to leave this space better than it was pre-you. Thank you. Any additional questions?
No further questions.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Enjoy the balance of your day.